Welcome sa klase ni Sir Roger. Tara, magsagot tayo ng mga problems. Let's go! So tapos na tayo dun sa two-part video natin ng nature and classification of costs. So ngayon naman, mag-try tayong magsagot ulit ng mga multiple choice questions kagaya nung ginawa natin last time, no? And then explain natin kung bakit yun yung sagot at kung bakit hindi yun yung sagot. Okay? Sige. Ilan lamang 'to para at least ma-practice natin yung natutunan natin dun sa last discussion natin. So first question, the term relevant cost applies to all the following decision situations except the letter A, acceptance of a special order, B, determination of a product price, C, replacement of equipment, or D, addition or deletion of a product line. So, meron daw isang situation dito na hindi nag-a-apply ang term na relevant costs. So, ang sagot natin diyan is letter boy. Okay? Bakit? Again, ano nga bang relevant costs? Yan. Ang relevant cost, ito yung mga cost na future and differential. So, ginagamit siya for decision making. So, yun yung characteristics niya, no? Differential cost and future costs. And then, nag-a-apply ang relevant costs sa letter A, acceptance or rejection ng special order, or kung gusto mong bumili ng bagong equipment, okay, or i-retain mo siya, replacement or retention of equipment, magdadagdag ka ng product line or magde-delete ka ng isang product line. Ibig sabihin dito, meron kang dalawang alternative na pinagpipilian. Kagaya ng letter A, tatanggap ka ba or hindi ka tatanggap? Okay? Magre-replace ka ba ng equipment or i-retain mo yung dati? Magdadagdag ka ba ng product line or magde-delete ka ng product line? So, meron kang options na pinagpipilian. At doon mahalaga yung relevant cost. Doon papasok ang relevant costs. So, among the choices, letter B lang ang best answer kasi list siyang nag-a-apply dito eh. Kung parang pag nagde-determine ka ng regular selling price, hindi mo naman dito kino-consider masyadong relevant costs. Hindi katulad ng A, C at saka DOG na kung saan kino-consider mo mga cost relevant to decision depending on the two alternatives. So, ang sagot natin letter boy. Okay? Number 2, it is a decision-making concept described as the contribution to income that is foregone by not using a limited source for its best alternative use is called, ayan. Anong daw ang tawag natin doon sa income foregone? O ayan, ito na yung ating sinabing clue, no? Income foregone, sabi natin last time sa video natin. Ang tawag natin dyan is opportunity cost. Yan. So, ito yung term na ginagamit to describe the contribution to income that is foregone by not using a limited source for its best alternative use. Yun. Yung letter A, mali siya kasi ang marginal cost, yun yung increase in cost per unit of product. So, yan yung increase in cost per unit. Okay? Yung letter boy naman, mali siya kasi yung incremental cost, yun yung total increase in cost from an alternative to another. So, total increase in cost from one alternative to another. So, yun yung total increase. Yung marginal cost increase in per unit. Okay, cost per unit. Yung letter C, no? Potential cost, pwede siyang future cost na pwedeng mag-arise kapag pinili mo yung isang alternative. Okay? Yan. So, best answer natin is letter 2. Number 3, in a decision analysis situation, which of the following cost is not likely to contain a variable cost component? Yan. Alin daw dito ang walang variable cost? Ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng variable cost? From the word vary, no? Ibig sabihin, nagbabago siya. Depende sa activity. So, among the four, labor, overhead, depreciation, or selling, alin ba dyan ang hindi nagbabago? So, if the problem is silent, depreciation expense is considered to be a fixed cost and therefore hindi siya variable. So wala siyang variable component. So letter C ang sagot natin. Yung letter A, treated siya as variable cost. Letter B, overhead is also, meron siyang components ng variable tsaka fixed. Kasi broad yung overhead. So, pwede siyang variable, pwede siyang fixed. Letter dog, selling expense, pwede rin siyang variable tsaka fixed. Ano ba mga example ng variable selling? Example is commission. Sales commission. Pag meron kang nabebenta, may sales commission. So pag walang nabebenta, walang sales commission. So variable yung may variable component ang selling. Okay? Hindi katulad ng depreciation. Pag hindi ka nag-produce, wala kang depreciation. Mali yun. No? Fixed yan. Kaya mali ang letter C. Wala siyang variable component. Okay, nakatatlo na tayo. Let's go to the next. The term that refers to costs incurred in the past that are not relevant to a future decision. So meron tayong clue, past, and therefore not relevant. Okay? So sagot natin dyan. So madali na siyang malaman. Ano? Letter C. Sunk cost. So ito yung cost na incurred in the past and therefore not relevant. Kasi nga ang characteristic ng relevant cost ay future and differential. So ang sunk cost ay hindi future kasi nga past siya. Dahil ko sinasabi sa mga estudyante ko, dapat yung past nyo hindi na siya makakaapekto sa inyong desisyon. Kasi nga ang past ay irrelevant. Therefore, sunk na yan, sunk cost na. Pag naapektuhan pa kayo niyan sa inyong desisyon, hindi pa siya past. Future nyo pa siya. Yan, zero lang. So, hindi dapat yun. So, dapat ang mga sunk cost ay irrelevant na, no? Huwag na nating bigyan ng oras yung mga yan. Kasi nga, irrelevant na yan. Next, number 5. Uy, medyo mahaba to. Management accountants are frequently asked to analyze various situations, including the following. So, I think dito sa number 5, what we're trying to what's it trying to ask us is kung anong klaseng mga cost yan, no? Sige, isa-isahin natin. The cost of a special device that is necessary if a special order is accepted. Anong klase daw yan? O dahil siya ay namimili ka kung tatanggapin mo yung order or hindi, yung cost of special device, pag tinanggap mo yung special order, may bibilihin kang special device kung tatanggapin mo yung order. Pag hindi mo siya tinanggap yung order, wala kang special device na mga i-incur. Therefore, yung cost of special device is relevant costs. Considered to be relevant costs yan. Okay? What else? Number 2. The cost proposed annually for the plant service for the grounds at corporate headquarters is, ayan, meron akong bagong i-introduce sa inyo, no? Ulitin natin. The cost proposed annually for the plant service for the grounds at corporate headquarters. Ano daw ang tawag dito? Ang tawag dito is discretionary cost. Discretionary cost. Pag sinabi nating discretionary cost, it's a matter of choice. Okay? So it's a matter of choice eh. Yung size ng incurrence at saka yung time of incurrence is a matter of choice. Para siyang tinatawag na programmed choice or programmed cost or managed cost. So ibig sabihin, pwede mo siyang hindi i-incur, pwede mo rin siyang ma-incur. So it's a matter of choice eh. Kaya siya discretionary. Yan. So the cost proposed annually, proposed yan. So that's can be that's a discretion of the management whether they want to proceed with the proposal. Number 3, joint production cost incurred to be considered in a sell at split versus a process further decision. By the way, pag sinabi nating joint production cost, meron kasing certain products na nanggaling sa isang production flow. Example, pag nagbebenta ka ng hilaw na parts ng baboy, galing siya sa isang process ng pagpapalaki. Halimbawa, yung ulo, yung katawan, yung mga legs niya, no? Galing siya sa isang product na pinanggalingan siya ng isang process. Pero ibebenta mo siya ng magkakahiwalay. So, joint production ang nangyari. Okay? pero pwede mo siyang ibenta, nabebenta mo siya at split, pwede mo siyang paghiwa-hiwalayin. So meron kang dalawang option, no? Yung sell at split or merong certain kang ipaprocess further. Halimbawa, imbis na ibenta mo na yung mismong laban, ginawa mong tusino, pinrocess further mo siya. Yan. Yung sell at split, kaya na siyang mabenta as is. May value na siya as is. Hindi mo na kailangang i-process further. Pero pwede mo pa rin i-process further at your option, no. Yun nga lang, meron kang additional processing cost na may incur. Pero ang tinutukoy dito, ano ang classification of joint production cost? Okay? Whether ibenta mo siya as is or i-process further mo siya. Ang tawag na natin dyan is sunk na yan. Kasi, ibenta mo man siya as is, i-produce mo man siya further para mapaganda mo pa yung quality, hindi magbabago yung cost of production. Tapos na siya eh. Halimbawa, ganito. Ito yung production. Ito yung flow of production. At certain point, meron ka ng tatlong product na pwedeng ibenta. Halimbawa nga, yung ulo ng baboy, yung kasim, yung kanyang braso, okay, yung buntot, etc. May kanya-kanyang value na siya, no? Yan. So, split off yun. Ang tawag natin, sell at split. Okay? So, yung cost of production, hindi na nagmamatter kasi nga past na yan. Tapos na eh. Okay? Next, number 4. The cost of alternative use of plant space to be considered in a make or buy decision. Ayan. Make or buy decision. Namimili ka ngayon. Gagawa ka ba ng product or bibili ka ng product? Ngayon, meron daw dyang cost of alternative use of plant space. Pag bumili ka ng product, imbis na nagpo-produce ka, meron kang available use of plant space. Ngayon, pag hindi ka nagbili, yung plant space, magagamit mo kasi nga gagawa ka. So, para maging opportunity cost siya, no? Yan. So, therefore, yan ay relevant. Pwede rin siyang opportunity cost. So, opportunity cost ay mga relevant cost yan. Okay? So, relevant cost yan. Number 5, the cost of obsolete inventory acquired several years ago to be considered in a keep versus disposal decision. So, katulad siya nung number 3, siya ay sunk cost. Obsolete na siya, so namimili ka ngayon kung itatago mo siya or i-dispose mo. Pero yung cost ng inventory, years ago, hindi mo na mababago. Past na yan. So, that's sunk cost. Okay? So, that's question number 5. Number 6. Management accountants are concerned with incremental unit costs. These costs are similar to the following except. Yan. So, sagot natin dyan is letter dog. Manufacturing unit cost. Hindi sila kapares ng incremental unit costs. Okay? Kasi, yung manufacturing unit cost, ito na yung cost of manufacturing a product. Yung incremental cost, siya yung increase in the unit cost. Okay? Again, ang best choice natin is letter dog. Ang manufacturing unit cost, may kasama siyang fixed cost na hindi naman siya nag-a-adjust or hindi siya incremental in nature. Kasi ang fixed cost, constant. Incremental itself increases or decreases. So therefore, hindi kasama ang manufacturing cost as incremental cost. Dahil nga ang incremental cost, nagbabago. Kaya nga siya tinatawag na incremental, nagbabago siya. Ang manufacturing unit cost, may fixed cost component yan dahil sa overhead na hindi naman magbabago. So, hindi siya incremental in nature. So, yun yung best natin. Yung letter A, marginal cost. So, increase in cost per unit yan. So, similar yan sa incremental cost. Okay? Letter B natin, variable cost. That's an incremental cost. Pag nagbago yung iyong production, magbabago yung variable cost mo. So, pwedeng tumaas siya. Incremental cost yun. Letter C, cost to produce an additional unit. Same lang din siya ng marginal cost. Technically speaking, ang incremental cost ay yung mga total increase in cost from one alternative to another, from one option to another. Okay? So, manufacturing unit cost ang sagot natin dahil, ulitin natin, because ang manufacturing unit cost has fixed cost which is not incremental. incremental. Okay? So, nakaka-anim na tayo, no? Congrats, congrats. Next, number 7. Opportunity costs are letter A, cost irrevocably incurred by past actions. B, the difference between actual and standard costs. C, dapat yan. C, not recorded in the accounting records. Or D, partly fixed cost and partly variable cost. So sabi ko last time, ang opportunity cost ay hindi nire-record kasi ano siya wala siyang wala siyang entry for that. Okay? Kasi hindi mo pa naman siya nai-incur. Dahil yan ay cost of not cost the income of the other alternative na hindi mo pinili. So hindi pa siya nangyayari. Future pa siya, no? Kaya siya ay hindi mo may record. So ang best nating sagot diyan is letter C, not recorded in the accounting books. Okay? Yan. So again, opportunity cost ay mga benefits forgone in favor of the chosen alternative. Yan yung mga sinakripisyo mong benefits. So, hindi mo man na-incur, pero implied. So therefore, hindi siya recorded in accounting books. So theoretical cost ang tawag natin dyan. Theoretical costs. Ang letter A, mali yan kasi past action. Okay? Ang opportunity cost ay hindi sunk cost kasi nga relevant ang opportunity cost. Ang letter B, hindi rin siya difference ng actual and standard. Ang tawag natin sa difference ng actual tsaka standard is variance. May actual cost ka tsaka may standard cost ka, yung difference doon, variance cost ang tawag natin doon. Letter dog, incorrect din yan kasi ang tawag dyan is mixed cost or semi-variable. Mixed costs. Okay? Ayan. Next, number 8. Cost of goods sold is a component of the income statement. In a merchandising establishment, this refers to purchases adjusted for changes in inventory. In a manufacturing company, what replaced purchases to arrive at cost of goods sold? A, finished goods. B, fixed manufacturing overhead. C, work in process inventory. Or D, cost of goods manufactured. So among the four, ang sagot natin dyan is letter dog. Wala na tayong, ang purchases ay pinalitan siya ng cost of goods manufactured. Although meron pa rin mga purchases doon on the part of raw materials. Pero bago ka mag-arrive sa cost of goods sold, meron ka munang cost of goods manufactured. Okay? Yan. Next. Number 9. The salaries you could be earning by working rather than attending college is example of, ito na nga yun. Ano yung masasweldohin mo sana kung nagtrabaho ka, pinili mo mag-college. So yung benefit na makukuha mo sa pagtatrabaho ay hindi mo, sinakripisyo mo siya. So ang sagot natin ay letter, tama, letter do, opportunity costs. Next. So medyo nakakarami na tayo. So nakakasyam na tama ka na din. Congrats. Number 10. In analyzing whether to build another regional service office, the salary of the Chief Executive Officer or CEO at the corporate headquarters is A, relevant because salaries are always relevant. B, relevant because this will probably change in the regional service offices built. C, irrelevant because it is future cost and that will not differ between the alternatives under consideration. D, irrelevant since another imputed cost for the same will be considered. So, tinatanong dito, pag nagtayo daw tayo ng isa pang regional service office, ano daw ba yung salary ng CEO? Relevant daw ba yun or irrelevant? Sabi natin, ang relevant, dapat siya ay differential and future. Kapag halimbawa, nagtayo ka ng panibagong office, madadagdagan ba ang sweldo ng CEO? If hindi, hindi siya differential. Ibig sabihin, whether magtayo ka man ng bagong office or hindi, same pa din ang sweldo niya. So, hindi na siya ngayon relevant. Therefore, irrelevant na yan. Letter C or letter D na lang ang sagot natin dyan. Okay? So, mas tamang sagot natin, letter C. Irrelevant siya because it is future cost yon that will differ between alternatives under consideration. Okay? So, In deciding on whether to build another regional office or not, hindi magbabago yung salary ng CEO and therefore irrelevant siya. Although future siya. Sir, future siya, di ba? Okay? Kasi nga, titingnan pa natin kung magkano siya. Pero kung same pa lang din naman siya, doon sa magtayo ka man or hindi naman siya differential. So, hindi siya relevant. Okay? Yan. Ang relevant cost dapat ay differential at future. Kailangan both masettle yan. Kaya irrelevant siya. Yan. The answer is letter C. Next, number 11. Some costs, letter A, are substitutes for opportunity costs. B, are relevant to long-term decisions but not to short-term decisions. C, are relevant to decision-making. Or D, in themselves are not relevant to decision-making. Oh, ulit-ulit na tayo dito ha. Never siyang maging relevant ang sunk cost. So, mali ang B at saka C. Ang opportunity cost, hindi siya past. That's future. So, mali rin ang A. Sagot natin, letter Dog. Hindi siya relevant sa decision making. Okay. So let's have the last one. Last na tayo. Number 12. When all manufacturing costs used in production are attached to the products, whether direct or indirect, variable or fixed. That's or. Variable or fixed. This is called, ayan, ang tawag natin dito is absorption costing. That's also the format we are using in preparing the income statement under ng standard. Absorption costing yan. So, i-discuss natin to siguro in a separate video lecture. Pero for now, ang classification ng cost mo, hindi siya nakadepende sa variable or fixed. Nakadepende siya kung siya ay related sa production or sa operation. Absorption costing ang tawag natin doon. Ang classification is cost of goods sold tsaka operating expenses. Kasi kapag variable costing, ang classification mo ng cost is variable or fixed lang. Hindi siya cost of goods sold or operating expenses. Pero kapag absorption costing, COGS and OPEX. Variable is variable and fixed. Yun lang yung classification of cost. Okay? Yan. Ito naman kasing process costing is more on tsaka job orders cost accumulation. Yan. Yan. So far, we have answered 12 questions. Hopefully, na-test yung ating concepts related sa classification of costs. At sana na tulungan tayong mas maintindihan yung ating iba't ibang classification of costs. So, yun lang. Magbasa ulit na magbasa, magsagot na magsagot para ma-practice natin yung ating pinag-aralan. So, next video natin, discuss natin yung mga iba't ibang cost segregation techniques. Sige, so again, I pray for your success in your CPA journey and ingat kayo palagi. Bye-bye.